Episode 4, Turnabout Storyteller.
It's a purple day.
So we're in Karine.
Karine, definitely.
It's not even really eating noodles.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What time is it? It's 9, 10, 11.
Okay.
Oh my.
Wow, that noodle soup was pretty rank.
Shisho's dead? No. If he did, then what do we do? Hey, pull yourself together. Don't worry, I have an idea. That sounds like two people talking. Neither of them are actually the culprit, but they're trying to cover it up. And we're going to okay, we're not in Karine. We're not in Karine. Wait a minute.
Eldoon's Noodles, maybe? He coming back?
Wait a minute. What's going on here? May 13th, 9:45 a.m. District Court number 6. Defendant lobby number 6.
What the heck?
Oh, we're Athena. We're playing as Athena here?
Who brings the defendant to his own trial late? Plus, the request was so last minute, I didn't even have a chance to talk with my client.
He's late for a very important date.
Thanks, Widget. My name is Athena Sykes. Armed with analytical psychology and a full arsenal of legal know-how, I'm a fully competent defender of the right to anything agency and the bane of rural rest. Though I wish my client would show up already, the trial's about to start.
So I wonder where the timeline this is gonna fit. Because the prosecutor has to be Nayuta, right? There's no way they just change it for case 4, would they?
But, who knows? Like, this could be completely unrelated, right? Like, they're doing maybe one trial for Apollo, Phoenix, and her guaranteed, and then there's going to be, like, a big mesh trial after where they all cooperate. Because is this the second last trial of the game, right?
Yeah, this is chapter 4. Heh, it appears we made it just in time.
Where have you been? The trial's about to start, Simon!
Wait,
Simon?
what? Wait a minute!
No!
No! No, stop! Is Simon our client? You needn't get so worked up, Athena. His baldness can wait.
There's no way he'd wait for me. And besides, why would I want to start off on a wrong foot with him right out of the gate?
Dealing with such matters is part of being a lawyer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, covering for your lateness is not.
Still, but a rank amateur, I see.
This is Simon Blackwell. He might not look it, but he's actually a prosecutor and a psychology specialist. He and I go way back. As for our shared specialization in psychology, we're both disciples of the same person, so to speak. But he's kind of my senior, I guess. But twisted sense of humor or no, I wish he'd stop treating me like a child all the time.
So, we are right, Dono, and Justice Dono.
Mr. Wright is abroad, and Apollo is helping Tracy with her magic show. Didn't I tell you?
Oh, so Athena is fully alone. She doesn't have anybody here. What? So neither one of them are here, leaving you to take this on alone.
She's capable. Yep.
Well, the last time we had her alone at the defendant's stand, she had a panic attack, so...
But she did a case after it, like she did 3 cases.
Yeah, but she had Apollo right there.
True.
Ye gods. Call right Dono back. It's not too late.
Oh no, not too late at all. He would only need to know how to teleport.
Very well. Then I will settle for Justice Dono. Go grab him by the horns and drag him here.
And I will settle for Ichigo.
Yes, we got Ichigo,
Hi, Ichigo.
yeah. Isn't that right, there, Sono?
Apollo is literally in the middle of a show, Simon.
At
may not want to
9:30
admit it,
a.m. He's doing a show
But I-
at 9:30 a.m.
So if they start at 9 for kids, right? If they're out of school,
Maybe?
I don't know. That's yeah. You may not want to admit it, but I've got what it takes to take on this case. Just leave this to me and go watch from the gallery.
Okay, he's not the defendant. Okay. Because she's telling him to watch from the gallery, so he must not. He's not the prosecutor, and he's not the defendant. Okay.
He could be like
What?
He could be some sort of like person who has a high stake in the trial, though.
Maybe. As your defense derails in spectacular fashion.
No, as I win the heck out of this trial. I'll be okay, promise. So wipe that look off your face already, will you? Anyway, I take it the guy behind you is.
Okay, so also, shouldn't he no longer have the rings around his eyes because he's living a normal life now because he's not in prison anymore?
Part of the look.
Yes, he's your... He's asleep again. Oi, Bucky, wake up! Yeah! Ow! What'd you do that for, Simon? Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll do, because so far you got you're gonna be doing Athena and Judge, and I got Simon's here, but I don't know how long he'll stick around. Okay. Who's yelling at Chickadee? She's your lawyer. Such as that were, I'd say she's more green than yellow, however. Lawyer? She doesn't look it, does she? Is she like your fellow apprentice or something? Heh, something like that. I've known her as long as I've known you. You could say we're bound to one another. Simon, you were ready to give up your life so Athena would be not suspected in the death of her mother. Like, you are a freaking legend. Oh, okay. Well then, guess I better call her Miss Chickadee then.
Simon, this guy's not only rude, but he's 3 sheets of the wind in his own trial.
Yeah.
I know we just met, but I'm about ready to give him a piece of my mind.
Do as you will. Just save it for after the trial. Miss Chickadee.
Don't call me that.
How do you do? Sammy here's an old friend of mine. I'm the 4th generation head chef of Whet Soba. Whet noodle number 4, Bucky Whet. Nice to meet ya.
Bucky Whet. Bucky Whet.
Bucky Wheat. Maybe.
It's supposed to be buckwheat.
Buckwheat.
Buckwheat. It's nice to meet you too, Mr. Whet. I think Whet makes more sense.
No, I think it's wheat. I think it's wheat.
Mr. Wheat.
I mean,
Okay.
it could be wet. Buckwet. Who knows? Maybe they'll make a pun based on his name at some point, and we'll be able to figure it out from that.
So he can pull himself together when he wants to. Grr. Only the trial wasn't starting in a few minutes.
Having been accused of murder that only occurred yesterday, I'm afraid it's taken a toll on the poor boy.
And you happened to be there at the theater when it all happened too, right? Theater.
Oh, so he was there. Interesting.
They said they found a Rakugo storyteller murdered in his dressing room.
Indeed. The victim, Master Tornado, was a long-time patron of Whet Soba. Master Tornado had been looking after Bucky ever since Wet Noodle number 3 passed away.
I see, so the victim was kind of like a father to the defendant, huh?
Okay, so what's the motive? This stupid old fart. Like a father? No way. He's always dishing my soba. How dare you speak ill of him? Running your mouth like that is why they suspected you of murdering him in the first place. Now pull yourself together. Number 3 must be rolling in his grave. But Sammy... The police, none of them believe me. They won't listen if...
Looks like he's still in shock from the whole ordeal. Don't worry, Mr. Wet. Everything's gonna be alright. I'm gonna defend you with everything I got. You're in good hands now.
No, see, it's you're gonna be fine. This is fine. Come on, it's Apollo's catchphrase. You know this. You mean, you believe me, ma'am?
Of course, no matter what, I believe in you to the very end.
Gee whiz, Miss Kitty.
Now come on, I need you to shape up. Just like those al dente noodles of yours.
Yeesh, ma'am. My soba is the freshest.
Was he like food poisoned or like in hangover? Oh, he's out. Mr. Wet!
Bucky, you great big pillock.
So, how exactly do you know this guy?
I used to frequent Wet Soba, and still do. In fact, I've known him ever since he was a lad. That's why his father and Master Tornado were always so good to me.
I didn't know you liked soba so much, Simon.
I wouldn't expect one such as you who eats meat slapped between slabs of bread. Meat slapped between slabs of bread. To understand such delicate taste and the subtle textures imparted by buckwheat flour.
Hey, that's just rude.
Yeah, he is drunk, by the way, Mike. Senor, he is drunk. That is why he is passing out.
Yeah, that's why his name is Wet, so...
But I digress.
Ha, I'm all about flavor and subtlety and stuff.
If I let Wet Soba in like this, I'll never be able to face number 3 or Master Tornado in the next life.
Ah, I see. And that's why you came to me. You wanted somebody you could trust.
It was never my intention to ask you.
Grr.
Simon's just like, I didn't want you, but unfortunately you're all I got, so you better win. Or I will slice you in half. Your head will be rolling on the ground.
I'll show him. I'll show him I can handle it just fine.
Well, I believe it's just about time.
What? But we haven't even properly discussed the case yet.
What's the matter? You look nervous, Asina. Don't tell me you're chickadeeing out.
I'm just trembling with the excitement of battle, that's all.
Athena, I'm a psychologist. You know I can see through your eyes.
Ah, guess. Let's do this. Come on, Mr. Wet. Get up off the floor. We've got a case to win.
Yeesh, Miss Chickadee. I'm gonna do my best.
Wet soba, wet soba, wet soba, wet soba, wet soba.
His phone?
Yeah? 2 bowls of noodles? Sorry, no sir, no came to. Kinda busy at the courthouse. Huh? Dede hung up. Better put that thing on silent, dude. Yeah, okay. Let's do this.
He's not going to do himself his case any favors like this, Sammy. Maybe we should let him go get some rest somewhere.
Let me rest? Huh. Maybe if I have a lump of regular flour dough if they're on noodles. But I'm fresh, like so. You know, let the soba dough rest. That's all the 3 freshes. Grind the buckwheat seed fresh. Cut the dough fresh. He blacked out.
Oh boy, I just knew something like this would happen. Simon, what are these 3 freshes of soba he was talking about?
First, buckwheat seeds, or grouts, are ground to make buckwheat flour. Then dough made with this flour is cut into large rectangular knife into noodles. And finally, buckwheat noodles are boiled. Each step is done immediately, one after another, so that the soba is fresh when eaten.
So that's what he meant.
So that's going to be important for sure.
Yep. Soba making order. I wouldn't want him to make me any soba right now, though, that's for sure.
Athena, this is no time for idle chatter. You need to go into the courtroom. Just remember, as the prosecutor, I will be unable to lend you a hand. So don't expect any help from my court. I mean, we've had prosecutors help us before, Simon. It's fine. Edgeworth will have no issue with this.
There you go, treating me like I'm incompetent again. For your information, I wasn't planning on asking you for help anyway. Yeah, just you wait, Simon. I'll show you. Mr. Red and Apollo may not be here. But that's alright. I can do this on my own.
Nayuta is here.
All rise.
What is he doing here?
How the frick did he get here?
Well,
Court is now in session for the trial of Whet.
oh, I forgot we put that on her.
It's gonna be a very maidish cat chapter, man.
See, this is why Simon was talking bad on Athena, is because she's wearing this.
Yep. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is fully prepared, Your Honor.
And he gets to fight all 3.
What's this? No prayer this time, prosecutor said, Maddie.
That is correct, Your Honor. To expedite these proceedings, I completed them beforehand in lobby.
How very thoughtful of you.
I'm trying to think of why is he here though? Why did he leave Karine after the last trial?
By the way, what brings you back to this country?
Oh, you had questions about the
Chief
answer?
Prosecutor Edgeworth himself called on me to handle this case. Besides, I have a debt to repay. And though my opponent is yet a callow thing, I have no qualms of sending her down to hell.
If you have a score to settle, it's with Apollo, not me. But more importantly, I am not a callow thing. I am qualified and capable attorney.
You say that, but you're wearing a maid outfit, madam.
That's on you.
Then what is that yellow attire? I mean orange. I'm sorry, I'm partially colorblind. Is it not proof of your immaturity, you small spring chick? Now cease your shrill chirping.
Now, prosecutor said, Maddie. She is still only a teenager. Please go easy on her.
She's over 18.
She's 19.
Still over 18?
Yeah, but she's still a teen, so...
I don't consider 19 a teenager.
It has
feel
teen
like
in it.
that's
It counts. Sorry.
I feel like that's the I'm out. Great. Now even the judge is giving me the kid treatment.
Very well. Shall we begin, Your Honor?
Yes, I suppose we should. Now then, Prosecutor said, Maddie, please give your opening statement. You think the judge would give her the same treatment he gave to Francesca in terms of respect? I'll show them what I can do. They'll be sorry. They underestimated me.
Yeah, but you forget Francisca had the judge whipped, so...
True. But he gave her respect at the beginning.
Certainly. Let the last rites of the victim commence. The incident is believed to have occurred at around 4 p.m. yesterday, at May 12th, at a storyteller's theater called Kurukurute. The victim was a great master of Toledo School of Rakugo, or comedic storytelling. His name was Taifu Toledo. The scene of the murder was the theater's dressing room. It is accessible via the staff entrance hallway and has inner and outer sliding doors. The estimated time.
A lot of shit happened.
Oh, what the heck? Yeah. What the?
Just on the scene alone. Okay, let's start with this. First of all, there's 2 plugins, one of them not in the socket. Yeah.
One's out, but it appears to be there. It's half eaten. I'm guessing that's a
Camel?
bottle of alcohol. That one looks like it hasn't really been touched. That one's spilled. Some cards laid out there.
If you look at the TV, they'll say like the TV was on, but look at one of the sockets is out. So like that one's in, but look at the bottom one. There's another thing.
Yeah, it's definitely the fridge that's plugged in.
Yeah, fridge is plugged in. TV's
Fridge is plugged in.
not.
TV is not.
Fridge is left open over the burner. Over a cellophane plastic thing over a tube. What the hell? Like over the wok.
The estimated time of death is between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. The cause of death is suffocation, though how the victim suffocated is yet to be determined. Probably
Maybe
the plastic
it's the
wrap.
cellophane wrap on the left.
I love how me and Earl just immediately clicked to the plastic wrap right up there. He's like, I wonder if that's how he suffocated.
Yep.
An autopsy found nothing unusual in his lungs or stomach, and there's no murder weapon. Now I will submit the incident report to the court.
I think it might even be earlier than 2 p.m. if that fridge was open. Prosecutor said, Maddie, how can you name Mr. Whet as the culprit?
Victim was making soba noodles
Soba flour.
The room is covered in soba flour. There are 2 drink cans in the fridge. Okay, why are they specifically calling that out?
Oh, shit. No. He was making soba from scratch in the dressing room. So we have to go back and remember that order they said about how they're making things. We could probably get what stage he was at.
Nothing was found in his lungs. So something was used to suffocate him. It's totally not going to be the plastic wrap in the picture. No.
When you don't know how the victim was killed, or even with what?
While it's true that the weapon and process methods are yet still as while it's true that the weapon and precise method are as yet unknown, the accused is the only one who had the opportunity to commit the murder. I will explain this assertion in further detail as we continue.
I guess he means you have to have some kind of evidence.
Now, would the accused care to plead his case?
He's drunk!
Come to think of it, where is the defendant, Miss Sykes?
Probably on the floor. Sorry, Your Honor. But I'm afraid Mr. Winky isn't feeling very well and is resting in the infirmary.
Surely it is a lack of clear conscience that impedes him from facing this court. Sure,
Great.
it's not that he's drunk off his high horse. Which,
Great, starting off with the wrong foot already.
to be fair, why is he so drunk? How
I
is
think
he?
something
If he was
could've been a
arrested
swap.
yesterday, like he should have had no access to alcohol. He should have been able to sleep it off. How drunk is he? Mr. Whet is the head chef of a soba shop frequented by the victim. On the day of the incident, Mr. Whet went to the theater at the victim's request. Wait. I just realized, what's this? Is that broth or blood? I'm sure it's likely broth, but like, it's kind of reddish, so it looks more like blood.
Soba can definitely have a pale out tone on it, but if he's suffocated, that's probably broth.
Taifu Tonito was a connoisseur of soba, as you can see in these photographs. He was apparently making soba himself in the dressing room that very day. The soba found at the scene is likely the soba he made there.
Liking soba is one thing, but making it in a theater dressing room is a bit much, no? Master Tornado truly had a passion for soba, didn't he? For a man like that to be murdered by a soba chef is simply unthinkable.
And yet the accused had ample motive. For the victim's safe, we discovered the deed to the accused's shop. Mr. Whet was to inherit the Whet soba when he lost his father recently. However, it is believed that the victim stole the shop's deed during the transfer process. The prosecution believed the accused killed the victim in order to get the deed back. I mean, it doesn't matter if the guy steals it. Like, if he didn't legitimately have it, he can't claim the business.
Yeah, he probably just halted it, right? To stop X from growing or whatnot. A murder over the deed to a shop. That doesn't sound like a plausible motive.
Sure.
So that's what the case is about. I wish Simon had filled me in a little better.
It's Simon. What did you expect?
I could have contributed much more than just 1,000 buckets of cold sweat if he had.
Defense. From your demeanor, I gather you know very little of the details of this case.
Well, you see.
Chakra! You're dishonoring the soul of the victim by appearing in the courtroom unprepared. You are an embarrassment to your profession. You putrid egg yolk.
Eek! I'm sorry, but... Apollo's a red pepper and now I'm an egg yolk. We've only just started and I've already been demoted to spring chick.
I am ready to call my witness, Your Honor. Let us listen to the words of one who was present when the crime was discovered.
Someone who was there when the victim's body was found.
Very well, witness. Please take the stand. You want me to do him?
Oh, that's Simon, what?
Never mind.
No, Simon! This is why Simon wasn't telling us anything. He's a freaking witness. Witness, state your name and occupation. Simon Blackwell, prosecutor. Isn't my thing good? It's better than yours, you whelp from another country.
Prosecutor Blackwell.
This is also why he said he can't help us with this case, because he's not a witness.
Conflict of interest. You didn't tell me you were going to take the stand.
There simply wasn't time. But I had plenty of time to talk to you about how much I like soba, so, you know. Potato, potato, whatever. What a shame, Prosecutor Blackwell. Had you shared the damning scene you witnessed beforehand with the defense, we could have moved this trial along and saved the victim's soul that much faster.
The damning scene? What in the world did Simon see?
Prosecutor Samadi, was it? Before I give my testimony, there's something I'd like to confirm. By all means. This case involves rakugo, a very traditional form of Japanese comedic storytelling. Do you have enough knowledge of this art form to handle the case completely? Competently? Or whatever that word was, I forget. Are you implying that I am not qualified for this case? Not yet. I'm simply trying to ascertain your familiarity with the topic. For now. It is a prosecutor's duty to learn the background of any case he takes on. I did some research on rakugo last night, and have grasped the overall idea of it. How much could you possibly grasp in a single night?
That's going to cost him, I bet.
Rakugo is a form of entertaining storytelling that originated in the land of Japan. In it, the storytelling sits alone on the stage with a fan. And Rakugo artists tell stories, whimsical stories. The traditional art was originally invented by monks to make sermons more interesting. Are you satisfied? I was about to say, are you satisfied before that popped up? Are you satisfied? If not, I could explain the 12 types of endings to such stories. Or shall I perform the famous story of Jumeno instead?
Jugumu.
Jugumu.
Jugumu, gokoro sukure.
It appears you have a bit of study. I put in a bit of study. Are you good over there? It appears you have put in a bit of study. Your acknowledgement is most welcome, Prosecutor Blackwell.
I can see why you're known for being quite thorough in your research, Prosecutor. Now, I would love to see you perform that story you mentioned, if you don't mind. Alright, here we go. Alright, Shiro, time to shine.
If that is your honor's request.
He's gonna do it! I told you! Your Honor, can we please get back to the trial?
He was about to say it.
Your Honor, can we please get back to the trial?
Oh, Lord. Oh, right, of course. I nearly forgot.
Seriously? Of all the things for you to forget.
Now back to the case.
Are you sure about that, Judge? Are we good to do that?
I would have loved to see Shiro say that, be forced to say that right after me. I wish that kept going. Prosecutor Blackwell, please tell this court what you witnessed.
I went to the theater yesterday and arrived at approximately 4 p.m. I went straight to Master Tornado's dressing room to say hello. Bucky went into the dressing room thereafter, only to come storming out after a while later. Master Tornado's junior disciple, Uendo, apparently then entered the room soon after. That's when Uendo discovered Master Tornado's body.
So, we need to talk to Uendo. Uendo could be just as guilty.
Now, wait just a minute here, Prosecutor Blackwell. With testimony like that, you're practically accusing Mr. Whet of a crime.
All I can do is state what I saw. I can't help how it appears. But a qualified and capable attorney such as you should be able to dispatch with it, right?
Well, yeah, duh. Alright, guess I better start by getting all the info out of him that I can. We're pressing.
Press him.
That don't impress me much.
Hold it!
Prosecutor Blackwell, what did you go to the theater for in the first place? What did you?
I went because I had received an invitation from Master Tornado. Here, see for yourself. It was a special show commemorating his junior disciple's window promotion. It was also an occasion to announce the boy's succession to the stage name of Uendo II.
So what exactly does it mean to succeed to a stage name?
You really don't know, do you? In the performing arts, a name succession is when the artist inherits the predecessor's name.
I see. So there was another Uendo Rakugo artist before, and this disciple succeeded him, huh? And what exactly did your invitation say?
It contained a simple letter of salutations and an outline of the show's program.
It appears Typhoon Tornado was going to perform Tokisoba or Time Soba. He's famous for his masterful pantomime of eating soba, using only his fan as a prop. And Uendo was to perform Soba Sei, or Soba Glutton, Soba-themed show. I see.
It seems you know a thing or two about Rakugo yourself, your boldness. The first to perform was the senior disciple, Giru, followed by Uendo. And lastly, Master Tornado.
So we have two guys that are potential suspects in there, because
Yep.
got a guy performing first, second, and I assume the big guy was third. Victim was third. I see, so that's why you happened to be at the Storyteller Theater yesterday. So what happened after you arrived?
Inside the envelope was a ticket to the show and a letter from the victim. The letter contained a simple greeting and a rundown of the show's program. Giru was to perform her balloon act, then Uedo was to do his Soba Glutton routine, and finally Master Tornado was to perform his Time Soba routine. So we're going to need to keep those in mind.
Yeah.
So balloon, Soba Glutton, Time Soba. Did that contradict anything right away?
Nope.
Hold it!
And how did Master Tornado appear when you said hello to him?
I went with the intention of greeting him, but ultimately we didn't actually meet. So he could have already been dead.
Yeah. You didn't see him? Why not?
Giru escorted me to the dressing room. But we heard a sound of Rakugo being performed from within.
So he was...
Thinking the master was rehearsing, we decided to wait in the hall until he was done.
You heard Rakugo being performed in the dressing room.
Yes, not just me, but Giru as well. In other words,
Geru, but
you can confirm that the
Japanese
victim was still alive at around 4 p.m. Correct. I couldn't hear him clearly though, through the doors. But I'm sure it was Master Tornado. I could tell because there was a time sober routine being performed in there. That does not matter. It could, someone else could be doing his thing, Simon. Come on, come on.
so that means the victim was killed sometime after that.
I don't believe it.
Me neither.
Hold it!
Please tell us in detail how Mr. Wet appeared at the time.
Kiro and I were waiting in the hallway for Master Tonito to finish practicing. When Bucky appeared and entered the dressing room with his things.
What happened after that?
We heard what sounded like Bucky shouting inside the room. But 10 minutes later, Bucky came back out of the dressing room, looking rather irate. This is most likely when the murder was committed. The victim was an elderly man. It would have been entirely possible to kill him within the span of 10 minutes.
Yeah, but don't underestimate the elderly, especially acting elderly. A lot of old actors pretty well fit. I better come up with some kind of counter argument and fast.
Hold it!
What do you mean by apparently? Didn't you see him go in?
No, I couldn't. I wasn't able to see the dressing room door from where I was standing at the time. But Giru was right in front of it, so I'm sure she saw it all.
I see.
Why is Giru not testifying? Where's Giru? Why is Simon here?
And why do you suppose the window went to the dressing room anyway?
He had just finished his routine, so we were making a courtesy call. A disciple is to pay the master respect right before and after each performance.
And all the disciples are expected to do this.
Yes, it's common courtesy among Rakugo artists.
Actually, could you tell us what happened after Uendo went to the dressing room?
Certainly. That's when Uendo discovered Master Tonito's body. Oh, wrong button.
Hold it!
And how did Uendo act at the time?
After Uendo had been in the dressing room for 2 or 3 minutes, we heard a scream from inside the room, and Uendo came flying out. 2 to 3 minutes
delay?
later? Why is it delay? Rather suspicious.
Did you hear any signs of a struggle at the time?
No, just Uendo's woeful scream.
I see. Well done, Prosecutor Blackwell. Your testimony has given us quite a glimpse into the sequence of events.
Thank you, Prosecutor Blackwell. And now, please allow me to summarize your testimony. While Prosecutor Blackwell and Giru were in the hallway waiting for Master Tonito, the accused came along and entered the dressing room with some items in tow. He was heard shouting for a time inside the dressing room. And about 10 minutes later, he came back out of the room, seeming rather angry. A short time after the accused had come and gone, Uendo Tonito went into the room.
From the stage.
A few minutes later, after having discovered the victim's body, Uendo gave a scream and came running out into the hallway from within. Prosecutor Blackwell and Giru ran into the room and saw the body for themselves. I think it's going to be Giru.
Geru?
Giru.
Geru.
I think it's going to be Giru because, like, it gives them an alibi being there with Blackwell and, like, seeing all that happen. But, like, also, it just seems weird. Like, why? Like, the timeline just seems weird. Like, when did he die? Like, what's going on?
Geru. Gale. Could that be like a gale, like a wind?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That person's before all the events. But he went in, made the soba, and then somehow his face has to, like, the accused has to go in, make the soba, and then the accused's face just has to fall into it. Like, was she playing with, like, how did, if Gale did it, how did he get in there for 10 minutes and not notice he was dead? Right? Or notice he was dead and not call anybody.
What if he was drunk?
He could have got drunk. If he was drunk the entire time, he could have thought he was alive. Okay, let's keep going.
From the circumstances, it's quite clear that the accused murders the victim.
This is crucial testimony indeed.
You're not doing it right. No, it's more. He has it more rounded. It's not straight. Oh, we get Simon's testimony as evidence. Ooh. Defense. An eyewitness has given conclusive testimony. Why not let it go now and allow the victim his last rites? Shut up with your let it go, please.
There's too many unknowns.
No, you just turned into Elsa over here. Let it go, can't hold it back anymore.
Not on your life. If Wenda went into the dressing room too and was first to discover the body, then who's to say he didn't commit the crime?
Uendo was in the dressing room for a mere 2, perhaps 3 minutes. He could not have possibly committed the murder in that time, nor without making any noise. Not true.
He could have covered up something and been an accessory too.
Yep, could have been an accessory. He's definitely, I think Uendo's definitely involved in some way.
What if him and Gale, or Geru, are in like cahoots, and it just so happens that he wanted to like save Gale, just like the last case, you know, and possibly covered in that 2 minutes.
Maybe.
Like, dropped all the powder, who knows. Prosecutor Blackwell, can't you give me something a little more better to work with here?
Isn't it up to you to ask the right questions? I am certainly willing to tell you all that I know. So if you truly are capable as you claim, then draw out what you need yourself. I'm not telling you anything unless you ask proper questions.
This is no time for your twisted games, Prosecutor Blackwell. Just admit you don't remember it at all that well. Sakura.
Sakura. Sakura.
1,000 years of death.
Prosecutor Blackwell. Watching you collude with the defense like this, I see you are no prosecutor.
He's not a
Begone,
prosecutor right now.
witness. You shall haunt this sacred hall no more.
He's but a witness.
How dare you treat me like some evil spirit to be exorcised? I'll remember this, you blackguard. Ooh hoo hoo.
Don't worry, Prosecutor Blackwell. I've got this.
Would I have my way, he would not be the only one here to step down. You half-boiled putrid egg yolk. Yeah, but it's a good thing you don't get your way here, because nobody's asking your opinion here.
Ew, I object to the notion that I'm a gooey, smelly mess.
Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony was like the lowly opening act of a Rakugo show. He may hold the title of prosecutor, but this time, he stood on the side of the defense. He didn't stand on anyone's side. He just stood at what he saw. What are you talking about? He's not helping us at all.
I think maybe Nayuta believes he was trying to prevent some sort of direction of taking.
To restore balance to this trial, I would like to present an actual witness for the prosecution.
Gale? Geru? Geru? I want to say it's Gale because it sounds like katakana. And who is this witness?
The person who was with Prosecutor Blackwell when the body was discovered. She is another entertainer of Tonido School, Miss Geru Tonido.
Yeah, that's Gale Tornado. That's Gale.
Oh dear.
Please.
What the?
Oh my god. Okay. Please state your name and occupation, witness. Hello, everyone. I'm here to represent the Tornado School with a twisty twist twist. And balloon. There you have it. A stunning balloon hat. It's me, the balloon artist you all know and love, Gale Tornado. Just call me Gale, sweetie. 1, 2, balloon.
I can't with this character.
What a way to capture your audience's attention. I mean, she... I'm done. I dare say I can't take my eyes off those balloons.
I don't want to play this case anymore. I'm not.
Okay,
I
I'm
hate
telling
this.
you right now. Proceed. Please tell me you're talking about the hat, Your Honor. Oh, Mr. Judgy, I'm so glad you liked my performance. Would you consider joining my fan club, pretty please? Oh, absolutely. And please say you're fanboying after the trial, Your Honor.
Imagine what your wife's gonna say.
Anyway, Gale. I can't help but notice you seem awfully cheerful, having just lost your master. Of course I'm sad. But Shisha would have scolded me if I didn't put on a big smile. Never show sadness. Smile, smile, smile with a twisty twist twist. And balloon. There you have it. One gorgeous cake. That's a cake.
Okay.
I see. I guess I didn't gotta do what I gotta do. Her balloon art's worse than her Rorschach test. All I saw was a severed master head. And Gale, you're obviously a balloon artist. So how did you come to be a member of the Rakugo School? Well, my father, my late father that is, was a Rakugo artist, you see. So I joined the Tornado School, just to be like my daddy someday. I see. My father and I owe so much to Shishu, our master. But that fucky Whet. Oh, how could he? I want to see him pay for what he's done as quickly as possible. Your distress is entirely understandable, and my condolences for your loss. And not only that, but he... You have more to say about Mr. Whet? Every time he comes to deliver soba to us, he yells at me.
So he yells a lot. Noted.
He always tells me to get away. He's afraid of clowns.
That
But
means he
could
was
he
in
have,
the
like-
room? Is that why he was screaming?
That could be it. If he has the fear of clowns,
There's
I don't
some
know what
way
they
she was
call
in
it.
a room? You know,
If
they
she
said
was in the room
she was
to
with
scare-
Simon.
Maybe she popped a balloon, like remotely, like blow dart, and scared him. Is there any reason he would say such a thing to you? Speaking of suffocation, balloons are a suffocating device too.
Stick a balloon down his
Sus-
throat?
Yep. He says the smell of my perfume will get into his soba and ruin it. Okay, that's different. Like, how can he say that? This is great sense. How very rude of him. I don't blame you for being upset. Thanks, Judge. Excuse me, Your Honor, but please don't let Galu's balloons bias your judge. Mr. Whet hasn't been proven guilty yet, remember?
It'll be interesting to see how long that fire of yours will last, Defense. Now then, Geru, please share the truth with the court.
Yes, Gale, your testimony, please. as she wore the hat. From 4 p.m. to a little after 4:20 p.m. when Chico's body was found. Simon and I were standing in the hallway in front of the dressing room. Before I went to discover the body, the only person who'd gone in there was Bucky. Come to think of it, a little while before Bucky showed up, Jikumu was barking like mad. Is that the dog? Dog. Jikumu the dog.
Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have any objections to the witness's testimony? Didn't you kick him out? No.
Nothing on the face of it.
Make up your bloody mind, sad monk somebody. First you exercise me, now this. You need only to do as you are instructed by this humble servant of the Holy Mother. As there are no objections, Your Honor, let us move on to salvation for the victim's soul.
Hold it!
Hey, I'm the defense attorney here, prosecutor said Maddie. And I just might have an objection or two once I actually cross-examine the witness. So what are you asking Prosecutor Blackwell for, huh? I'm the one you should be checking with.
Bang! Bang on, Athena. There is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Qur'anism. We're not in Qur'an!
Is he like sexist?
Yes. Well, he's sexist, racist, personist. To stir the wind is beyond the power of a spring chick. In other words, the inexperienced are useless. With that in mind, it seems more judicious to consult Prosecutor Blackwell. He doesn't even see you as an adversary, Sextono.
Well, I won't let either one of you insult me. I'll show you I'm no inexperienced spring chick.
Even though I'm wearing this maid outfit.
Your Honor, I'm ready to cross-examine the witness.
I hope you can make Prosecutor Sad Maddie see you as a worthy adversary, Miss Sykes. I'll allow you to cross-examination, so you'd better strike while the iron is hot.